Hello everyone. So today we are going to discuss about the AEM architecture. So first of all, I'm going to discuss about the general web development architecture, and after that we'll jump to the AEM part. So as you can see in the screenshot, so we do have one URL which is home. Okay. So first of all, before processing anything, so suppose that if you are hitting the URL from the client side, so first it will check the it is a static URL or dynamic URL. Okay. If it is a static URL, so it will go to the web server and web server will return to the response to the client side. And if it is if it is dynamic URL, I mean to say, so it will go to web server and after that app server. So within the app server, all the Java classes is listed. Okay. So suppose that we have 100 Java classes, all the Java classes will be present within this block, within app server itself. Okay. Suppose that I'm just hitting right now home.html. So so one of the Java classes will map to this particular URL, and after that, it will fetch the data from the database if we have any database interaction, and uh, and after that, it will return the response HTML response to the web server, and after that, web server return the response to the client side. Okay. So when we are hitting the URL, so within the app server, we do have framework as well, okay, which is used to identify the uh, unique URL and map to the particular Java class, okay, because here, as I mentioned, we do have more several Java classes, right? So so here only the framework is responsible for to identify which URL we need to map with the which Java classes. Okay, so it is a uh, responsibility of the framework only. Okay, so coming to the AEM part. So suppose that if I talk about the AEM part here, so in AEM also the same thing will happen. So if it is a static URL, it will go to the web server and it will return the response to the client side. Okay. If it is a dynamic URL, it will go to the app server. So here, all the servlet, all the backend classes, all will present in the app server, and here we are using Apache Sling framework, which will able to identify the unique Java class which we need to map to this particular URL. Okay, and after that, what we'll able to do is that if suppose that here the database will work as a JCR. In previous section, the database was SQL, right? So here we are right now using JCR, Java Content Repository. I'll talk about this one later. Uh, but for now, it will connect with this JCR, and after that, it will fetch the component specific code. Okay, and after that, it will return the HTML response and flow for AEM when we are hitting any URL, how it is processing, how it is returning the response, and how it is displaying from the client side. So, okay. So within AEM itself, we do have couple of things. You just need to understand. I will justify whatever I discussed about. So I'm going to justify all the things there. Okay. So this is the site structure I was talking about. So let me open the V-Retail. Okay. So as you can see, I was showing you the contain V-Retail kind of thing, right? So as you can see, we were getting the same thing here. So when I'm hitting the contain V-Retail, let me go to the United States section, then EN section, and after that I'll open main section maybe. So let me open this one. So so that was the site structure, and within the site we are creating several pages. Okay, so I'll show you all these things in coming lectures, how to create the pages, another thing. But for now, you just need to understand. Suppose that this is the main.html, and here we are getting couple of content. As you can see, couple of content we are getting here, and if I click on the toggle option here, we do have different component structure here. So whatever, so as I mentioned earlier, AEM is a set of component. All the pages is combination of the component here. Okay. So suppose that first one is a hero image. As you can see, when I'm opening here, we are getting hero image. Similar to that, after that we do have title one. As you can see, so whatever component we have in base, all the component we can see. Okay, so generally first how it will run, first how it will display, first this component content will display, and after that this one, and later on all the things will display here. Okay, so how generally the things are displaying that particular part we were talking about, right? Suppose that if I'm hitting this URL, okay, so min.html maybe. So there I mentioned home.html, that is fine. But suppose that URL is a min.html. If we are hitting this URL, so as I mentioned, it will trigger from here, then later on all the component will trigger. Okay, so let me jump there in this JCR, and after that let me show you all the things. Okay, so let me jump there first. Okay, so I was talking about this one. So as you can see, this is the CRXT. So this is the CRXT. Generally here we are all the whatever pages we have created. So all the pages will be part of here. Okay, so generally I was showing you uh, the V retail part, right? If I'm going here, as you can see, V retail part, and after that US, then EN and main section I open, right? So when I'm hitting this one, okay, like main section, and after that we just need to check that this was the URL previously, and after that main we were having .html. This is kind of file structure. So JCR always follow the file structure, means folder under one folder. Okay, suppose that here we have content folder, and after that we'll get the V retail and then US, EN, and so on. Okay, so I mostly I was talking about this one. So main.html, we just need to check the JCR content. Okay, so we just need to notice this particular part, sling resource type. Okay, the resource type is here we do have the component already listed. So as I mentioned, from the JCR, we were getting component script, right? So these are the component, the which is page component basically. Within the page component, if I talk about this one, so here if I go to the same location, as you can see, apps we retail component structure page. So we have added this absolute path there. Okay, this particular path I have added there, but I just added apps. So we just need to check if component we are hitting any component, right? First we need to check apps. If it is not part of the apps, then we just need to add the libs. Okay, but this component is part of the apps. That's why in the beginning I have added slash apps slash, and after that I have I hit at the same URL as you can see here. Okay, and after that we'll able to get this page one. So if I'm going to this page one, as you can see, this is the path we have added there in resource type. Okay, so after that, as you can see, all the HTML will trigger from there. So mostly a footer one, header one. So I don't want to jump here, because when I talk about the client lips and other, then we'll discuss about all these things. For now, you just need to understand is that when we'll go here basically, when we'll trigger this one, so all the page component is specific HTML will able to get it here. So basically here we do have mostly header libs and a footer lib. There we all the header related things as well as footer related things we'll able to get in the page. Okay, so but this particular part we'll discuss about in later lecture. So and after that, as I mentioned, right, if I like when we are going to main section, so we were getting all the things, right? If I go here, so as you can see, all the component we were getting there. So these kind of component everyone will able to get here as well. So all the, as you can see, hero image, and after that we have title, product, grade, button, and so on, right? So first of all, whatever component we have here, okay, so all the component will be part of this one as well. So as you can see, hero image we have here. So we'll able to see the hero image here. So I was mentioning, right, one by one, all the component HTML will render. Suppose that this component and this component is specific HTML will render. So that's why we are getting all this content. And after the title will be rendered. So that's why we'll able to get this part. Okay, all the things. So let me jump there and let me show you the proper thing. Let's jump to the title part first. Okay, so because the title part, if I see it here, right, we are getting some the title component will render, and after that component is specific HTML will able to see it here. Okay, so if I'm going to title component here, okay, so as you can see this title component, I'll directly jump to Sling resource type. So as you can see here, we do have we retail component content title, right? So let me copy this one and let me show. When I'm hitting this one, so as I mentioned, we just need to add slash apps first. Okay, so if this component is available, able to get, otherwise you just need to add the lips one. Okay, so if I'm editing this one, so here as you can see, when I'm editing this one, it is mentioning sling super resource super type, so it is pointing to different out of box title, as you can see here. Okay, so within this title will be having this classes will be present. Okay, let me show you this one as well as to you. Okay, so let me go to the apps, then core, and after that let me go to the WCM, and after that component. Here we'll able to get the title v2, and after that we'll able to get title.html. So as you can see, whatever component, whatever content we are getting in title section, right? So as you can see, title dot type, and within the href we are getting title dot URL, and after that we are getting. Let me add some space here, and after that we'll able to see. So after that we are getting title dot link URL text we are getting here. So this particular text we are getting it here basically. Okay, so whatever text we are getting it here. Uh, Okay, so this is the way generally the things are rendered. Okay, so first image section will display it here, all the HTML part, whatever code we have written inside the HTML, then the title one, then and so on, all the things will display it here. Okay, so this is the way the flow will work when we are hitting any URL. So it will cross check the first URL, and after that it will go to the app server, and after that it will be able to identify the URL, because we are hitting the dynamic URL, and after that it will go to the JCR, means this particular structure, this is the JCR basically, and JCR is always follow the file system structure, like folder under folder will have, and after that it will, whatever flow I showed you, it will follow the same flow, and after that it will return to the HTML to the page and will get the respective result. Okay, so I hope you totally understood this particular concept, how generally the AEM architecture will works, and when we are hitting any URL, how we are getting the content on the page. Okay, so let me know if you have any doubt in the comment section.